written by Jackson Baker. Now, this was done back on November the 5th, 2015. And it talks about George W. Bush. You know what's really insane? Well, there's a lot of things that are insane. We end up making people commander-in-chief of the military with zero military experience in some cases. And in the case of George W. Bush, he deserted. He never reported for duty the way he was supposed to have. Instead, he went to campaign for some senator that didn't win. And then you got Billy Bob Clinton. He never served either, and he was commander-in-chief. George W. Bush's father did serve, and he was a combat pilot. He was actually shot down, and he was rescued by a submarine, I believe. Then you got that crack smoker with the floppy ears, a Muslim. We make a Muslim commander-in-chief of our military. LBJ, he never served. Congress has got to enact a law that to be president, you have to have served. Then you got Trump. His strapping, healthy sons never served, and he never served. His father had rented space to some doctors in New York, and he got the doctors to give Donald a letter of deferment saying he had bone spurs. He couldn't walk in the fields of Vietnam. It didn't stop him from walking on golf courses for literally tens of thousands of miles. It's an absolute joke. You make these garbage cans commander-in-chief of the military. And it shouldn't be. Don't you think there's something seriously wrong? Well, what's wrong is our Congress is worthless. They do nothing to protect the American people. All they do is ensure that they get reelected so they can stay in office for 30, 40, 50 years. It's insane. The entire system's a complete joke. So is the Supreme Court, by the way, a complete joke. Because they vote on their political ideology. They don't vote on the rule of law. Lady Justice is supposed to be blind. My ass, Lady Justice is blind. I'll attach that one link. You can read up about that George W. Bush. And if you watch the Zollner report, I'm convinced that both he, Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, Condoleezza Rice, were all involved in the takedown of the Twin Towers. But they'll never admit it. Nobody else had access to nanothermite. It's only made in 2 locations in the United States, and they had to have a whole shitload of nanothermite to do what they did to the Twin Towers. And no plane hit the Pentagon. It was a guided missile that took out the accounting office. Why? Donald Rumsfeld the day before said $2.3 trillion is missing from the Pentagon. A Tomahawk missile went ahead and whacked the accounting office, destroyed the paper trail. You know, they say that the 757's plane, the wing hit some steel columns or lampposts. You know what would have happened? If that were true, the plane would have blown up right there and then. There were no bodies. There was no luggage. What there was a small turbine engine from a Tomahawk or cruise missile. You think not? Well, think whatever the hell you like. I do. And like I said, you might want to reach out to your worthless representatives and tell them that presidential candidates need to have served, or they can't become commander-in-chiefs. And to have a desert rat Muslim commander-in-chief for 8 years, You remember when Obama made the cadets wear red pumps, high heel pumps? Guy's a complete scumbag. Absolute scumbag. Anyway, let me know what you think. You sure as hell know what I think, and you damn well know why I think what I think, don't you?